Welcome back to our deep dive into the architecture of human thought. In our last session, we looked at the chaotic world of the infant mind, how a baby sees mama not as a person, but as a recurring event just like water or red. Today, we are going to upgrade that software. We are moving from simple words to the very machinery of truth itself. We are talking about predication. This is the moment language stops being just a noise we make to get what we want and starts being a tool to describe the universe. Now, you might think you know the difference between a singular term like Jeff and a general term like human. You probably learned in school that a singular term refers to one thing and a general term refers to many things. Well, hold on to your seats because that definition is actually wrong. Or, at least it is superficial. Let's look at the word Pegasus, the winged horse from mythology. Pegasus is grammatically a singular term. It behaves like a name. But how many objects does it refer to? 0. None. It is a singular term that targets nothing. On the flip side, look at the phrase natural satellite of the Earth. Grammatically, that is a general term. It describes a category. But in reality, there is only one object that fits the bill: the moon. So the difference between singular and general isn't about counting objects. It is about the role the word plays in the sentence. It is about the grammar of logic. Quine calls this purporting to refer. Pegasus sepretends to point to one thing, while natural satellite sets up a category that just happens to have only one member. This distinction is crucial because it leads us to the fundamental building block of all language, the structure known as FA, where A is the object and F is what we say about it. This is predication. Mama is a woman. Mama is big. Mama sings. Notice something interesting here. The verb is, or the copula, is really just a tool to turn nouns and adjectives into verbs. When we say Mama is a singer, we are basically saying Mama sings. When we say Mama is big, we are treating big as a verb-like action that Mama is performing. In the logical mind, the verb is the king. Everything else is just being twisted to fit into that predicative slot. Now, let's get back to our old friend, the mass term. Words like water and sugar and furniture. Remember how confusing these were for the baby? Well, they are still confusing for logicians because these words are shapeshifters. They have a protean character. Let me explain. If I say that puddle is water, the word water is behaving like a general term. It is acting like an adjective. I am saying this specific puddle belongs to the category of water. But if I say water is fluid, suddenly water is the subject. It is behaving like a singular term, like a name. but a name for what? This is where we get into one of the coolest concepts in philosophy: the scattered object. Imagine for a moment that we could drain all the oceans, all the rivers, every raindrop, every molecule of moisture in every cloud and every cup of tea. Imagine we could see all that H2O simultaneously. We can view that entire scattered mess as one single gigantic object. A sprawling object that exists across the entire face of the earth. When we use water as a subject, we are naming that one big scattered object. It is a singular entity, just like Mama is a singular entity. The only difference is that Mama is physically connected in one piece, while the object called water is scattered all over the place. But logically, they are the same. This is a massive breakthrough for understanding how we speak. We don't need to invent a new category of logic for stuff. We just need to accept that objects can be scattered. Think about a table. It looks solid, but physics tells us it is mostly empty space with atoms buzzing around. It is scattered too, just on a smaller scale. So treating the world's water as one big object isn't actually that crazy. It resolves the conflict. Water is a singular name for the big scattered object. But water is a general description for the pieces of it. Chaos resolved. Now, let's shift gears to something that makes our lives infinitely easier. Demonstratives, that or she. Words like this and that. Imagine you want to teach someone the name of the Nile River. Without demonstratives, you would have to take them on a trip from Uganda to the Mediterranean Sea. You would have to show them every bend and every waterfall and say, "River, river," until they understood the boundaries. That is the hard way. That is how the baby learned Mama. But we have a cheat code. We can stand on a dock in Cairo, point our finger, and say, "This river is the Nile." Boom. Done. Simply by using the word "this" combined with the general concept, river, we can instantly pin a name to an object. We bypass the long training process of the infant. This is a pointer. It exploits the general terms we already know to create a temporary singular term. This apple. That woman. We don't need to know their names to talk about them. We just need to point. But there is a catch. A big one. These words are unstable. This changes meaning every time you point at something else. I refers to me right now. But if you say I, it refers to you. Here is Japan for me. But it might be New York for you. These are called indicator words, or egocentric particulars. They are transient, unlike Mama or the Nile, which stick to their objects forever. Indicator words flicker and change based on context. Learning these requires a higher level of brain power than just learning names. The child has to learn a system of cues. They have to understand that I means the speaker, and you means the listener, and that these roles switch back and forth in a conversation. It is actually an incredibly complex dance. And what is even wilder is that we use these cheat codes to learn the general terms in the first place. We learn apple by being shown this apple and that apple. It is a mad scramble. Quine describes the child's mind as scrambling up a chimney, pressing against all sides to stay up. The child is learning this and that and same and another all at the same time, supporting each concept with the others. There is no neat step-by-step manual. It is a simultaneous explosion of understanding. Finally, let's talk about how we build complex descriptions. Specifically, using adjectives, we have the attributive position, like red house. This is pretty logical. A red house is simply a thing that is both red and a house. It is the intersection of two circles in a Venn diagram. Easy, right? But language is a trickster, because not all adjectives work this way. Consider the phrase, expectant mother. Logically, is she a mother? Not yet. She is pregnant. So, expectant actually cancels out part of the definition of mother. What about fake money? Is it money? No. It is paper that looks like money. Philosophers call these syncagogmatic adjectives. They don't stand alone. You can't say that is fake and mean the same thing as that is red, because fake only makes sense when it is attacking another noun. And even with normal adjectives like red, we have issues. Think about a red apple. Is the whole apple red? No. The inside is white, but we still call it a red apple. We are sloppy. We are constantly making shortcuts, referring to the surface to name the whole. Yet, despite all this sloppiness, despite the scattered objects and the unstable pointers and the fake nouns, we manage to communicate. We manage to build a picture of reality that we can share with each other. And that is the miracle of predication. We are taking the fluid, chaotic experience of the world and locking it down into a structure of things and traits. Subject and predicate. It is the grid we place over reality to make it understandable. So next time you say, "This water is cold," remember the massive philosophical machinery you just activated. You used a transient pointer, this. You identified a scattered object, water. And you predicated a quality, cold, to a specific piece of it. All in the blink of an eye.